7 reasons that businesses fail. I'm a super host. I make my living with Airbnb and Vrbo vacation rentals. And so I have had a bit of experience with this, and I've watched people who are my competitors and how things have gone wrong. Number one, they hire people to do a certain thing and they do it too much. That's like Germany. They have these engineers that run the show. And in World War II, they really ran the show, because if you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So they made these incredibly elaborate tanks that bankrupted them and also failed in the field. So hire someone, but be aware that they are going to push in their area of expertise. And if you don't, you can't solve the problem and then you're to blame. Number two, they do something dumb and succeed on the strength of other things. Then when those things go bad, they double down on the dumb. That is an example of this was Walgreens. They had a way of making money that was great. And in spite of the fairly dumb things they were doing, you can see the videos on this, they were making money hand over fist. So when that stopped working, instead of actually getting something smart to do, they just doubled down on the dumb things, and that it just accelerated their crash. This one was from back in the day when my parents worked for digital, and they started to have trouble. So what they did was they offered early retirement and plans for getting out. Guess what happened? The smart people who could read the writing on the wall and who had plenty of other options, they headed for the doors. And then what did you have left? You had a bunch of managers and dummies. Sometimes the business, they lean harder and harder on the good people, and then they burn those people out. Or they get blindsided. I worked for a place that had a brilliant way to do international faxing. This was just as the internet took off, so you can imagine what happened to them. It's a terrible balance between too much and too little change. You can see this in the auto industry. They don't do enough to be up to date, and they get in trouble. They do too much and the cars break and they get in trouble. I wouldn't want to be doing that. What the customer thinks they want often isn't what they want. There's a very clever Simpsons episode where Homer designs a car. Political correctness. Oh my God. People get in there with an agenda. Think Bud Light, think Gillette, which would, for some reason, someone decided that they were going to highlight toxic male characteristics. And guess who buys a lot of razors? Men. That's it for today's 7 things.